align the mat face them. So in Cobra pose, and you guys are feeling the tendencies. When the hands are flat, the tendencies are going to be one, the heels of the hands sink toward the floor. When that happens, when the heels of the hands go down, the sides of the chest shorten, and then there's not as much of a capacity to align the shoulder girdle. Right, so they got to make sure that their hands are set in a good way. And then we can go through all of these assists. I wasn't going to teach that one thing. Okay, so hands. And hands are easy to adjust. You just move them where you want to go. Okay, now if her elbows are in too close, see what happens? The arm bones will roll forward. So the elbows have to be over the wrists. Your shoulder girdle is at its widest point when the arms are in the side plane. Look how broad my shoulders. When they're in the overhead plane, they're at their narrowest point. Right, so wide, which is why the hands are slightly wide in Surrey Namaskar, because they have to accommodate Cobra pose and Chaturanga side plane pose. So what I usually do is I get here with my shin bones ready. So if she were to try to squeeze her elbows in, dude, she can't. I suck her. Okay. Or if she starts with her elbows squeezed in, I'll come in like this. Now I'm ready. Okay, so I use my shins to make sure that the elbows are over the wrist. It's not like this.
Yeah, that's your guide.
Yeah, the elbows over the wrist, and then there's space. Okay, and then as she comes up, there's a couple of them. She really just doesn't need me. So the assist that I was talking about, or that Madeline was talking about, is I lifted. This is an inner body bright assist. It's an open to grace assist. I lift the armpits up, and then I use my knees to not to push, but like to nudge, to give a direction. I'll show you different signs to get the chest more vertical. Is that the one you were talking about?
I think it was even more simple than that. Like you just came in front of me and lifted up, but it was basically that one. Yeah.
From the front, I lifted you?
Yeah, from the front.
How weird. Usually,
So unlike
so weird. Okay, come on back down for a second. Show sideways, please. So just there we go. So you can see the side.
Well, I see you'll often do it from the side.
I do.
Then in the back.
You guys have been observing very closely. This is how I think of it. So I get the knees wide, and then the assist that I just gave was lifting the armpits. The armpits, and it's usually sweaty and such. So it's an intimate assist. So I was doing it because she asked. All right, so you get the lift here, and then my knees are reminding her shoulder blades that they head flat on the back. Watch my back, so I'm not like this, trying to hold her, but good posture. Okay, now come on back down. Now pretend that you're stiff in your shoulders. And like roll these forward.
It's just you repetitive rolling.
Okay, so same thing. So you'll get here, now I have my hands on the front of her chest. And this is more standard than hooking in the armpits, where you hold the front of the chest and you get it to lift and draw the upper parts of the arms back. My knees are not adjusting, they're stabilizing. So because, release back down, my knees weren't there and I pulled her back, it would just crank her lower back. Right? So we don't want to crank back. The knees are resistance. And you sweep forward and up. This way, it's not going into her lower back, but she's getting a lift in the opening in the shoulders. However, look how much work it is for me.
Yeah.
Okay, come on back down. All right, so you're gonna have hands in the front. When you hold in the upper arms, you can just release Madeline. When you hold in the upper arms, you want to be where you catch the front of the deltoid muscle and a little bit of the pectoral muscle. So you're moving the arm bone and the chest together. So and the direction is up, so you get lift into the back end of the body. The knees are there so she doesn't just go straight into her lower back. They're not, in that second, they're not to adjust. They're more stabilizing. And if anything, they can be directional, like, hey, go this way, which is down and in. Okay? Let's try it.